Hello, Floss Tube. It is January 10th and 29 degrees here in Lehigh, Utah. Sunny. Beautiful day, actually. And I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher. I'm here to give you a first update for the beginning of the new year from the highway and at home. And this week it'll be at home. And I just want to tell you, it's just been an amazing, amazing week. Well, actually, probably about a week and a half. I found out that I got 1,000 subscribers, and I wasn't even looking for it. Before I was checking and saying, oh, wow, do I have 1,000 subscribers yet? And then the holidays came, and I totally forgot and wasn't even checking. And so somehow around the 1st of January, I reached 1,000 subscribers, actually more than that. And so it was quite a New Year's present, holiday present. It's pretty awesome. I think that there's been a big uptick in subscribers lately. Some of my friends who do Floss Tube have mentioned that too. So I'm not sure why, but that's exciting, I think, for all of us. I am humbled by this, by having so many subscribers. I had no idea when I started on this that would happen. I had sort of a goal like Melanie of Yarns and Threads, that if I did reach 1,000 subscribers, that I would let my family know. Because then I could tell them, well, if you think it's a stupid floss tube, well, I have 1,000 people on here that don't think it's a stupid floss tube. So since they are not very interested in stitching. So I think I can probably let them know now, which I'm not sure if I want to still. But anyway, that was my goal for that. And also, I have some bucket list goals. I realize that I'm not getting any younger, and there's some things that I've wanted to do, and I haven't done them. And one of them was doing Floss Tube and reaching the goal of 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't mean that I'm going to slack off on doing Floss Tubes when I move on to whatever my next goal will be. I have a list of goals. None of them are stitch related. This was the one stitch related one. I will see how that goes, and maybe I can let you know what my bucket list goal is for this coming year when I have decided on it. But I'm excited that my first bucket list goal, was achieved, and was achieved in less than a year. Amazing. I don't have my date of starting Floss Tube in front of me, but I believe it was January 26th was my first Floss Tube. So I reached this goal in less than a year, and at the beginning of the year, so it's pretty exciting. So anyway, I want to let you know too that I'm going to do 2 giveaways at the end of this video. I'm going to list what they are, and I hope you join in on the giveaways. They're 2 good ones, and each one is a little different from the other one. And I'm going to leave it open all the way until February. So if people miss it now, hopefully they'll see it as they, check on my other floss tubes. I'm leaving to go to the River House tomorrow, flying, and so I'll be gone for almost 2 weeks. And then when I get back, we'll have our Utah Stitchers retreat, which is going to take up my time too for several days. So I'm not planning on doing any floss tubes unless I do one at the retreat, which I might, until the first part of February. And then I can do the giveaway then. So one other thing too that you might want to stick around for. The giveaway that I did way back in October, I have given the person who won that giveaway, it was Elizabeth Furness, 1826, Hands Across the Sea sampler that I gave away that month. I have given them ample time. I've contacted them several times, and they have not contacted me back. So today I'm going to use the list, my original list of 31 who signed up for the giveaway and answered the question of why they love samplers. So from those 31, I'm going to do a random number generator at the end here. So if any of you were watching Floss Tube back then, remember that, stay tuned, because you might be the one to win it this time. So I think that'll be exciting. Anyway, I better move on instead of going on and on and on and do what I'm supposed to do. and show you my stitching. First of all, I have a finished object. I posted it on Instagram, and I'm really excited about it. Another thing I'm excited about in this holiday season that passed, everything that's been happening has just been so neat. I finished Delaware Sampler by Teresa Baird, or Bard. The last part that I had to do were all of those French knots in the goldenrods on the two sides. Lots of French knots. I was glad when I was done with them, but the piece is beautiful. Heartsease Exemplar Works is Teresa's, it's her website. You can go on there. She has a lot of beautiful designs. She is a teacher. Some of her designs she only does when she goes to teach in different parts of the United States. But she does have a lot of designs that she does sell. So go to Heartsease Exemplar Works and take a look at her page. She has beautiful, beautiful patterns. This was stitched on Lakeside Linen, 36 count pearl barley with the called for change of DMC threads. So that is Delaware Inspiration, all finished. So excited for that. Okay, I did some new starts on January 1st. I did 3. I was going to do more than that, but the other ones are going to be a little bit later starts, not for January 1st. One of them was Elizabeth Furnace, the one where our Hands Across the Sea sampler, the one that will be re-given away at the end of this video. Marcy Thiessen and I are doing this as a sal, and it's called Quilted Grass Sampler because of the grass to us looked like quilts. So we have several people that have joined us for this. We'd be, happy to have others join us, especially the person who wins this sampler at the end of my video. It's hashtag Quilted Grass Sampler. Like hashtag Quilted Grass Sal, I think, but I'll have that in the notes. Just a little start on it, but oh man, I think it's so pretty, so pretty. I am doing it on vintage Lakeside Linen vintage sand dune, a beautiful, beautiful Lakeside Linen color, and I'm using the called for a Verissois silks, so it's all silks that I'm doing for this. I did just a tiny bit of the border and the first flower. This is going to be a big sampler, but I'm very excited about it. It's going to be absolutely beautiful when it's done, and it's already beautiful, I think. That flower is just gorgeous. So that was one of my New Year new starts, and that'll be worked on this year. My second one is a Mirabilia, one of her newer ones, Garden Prelude. The reason why I am doing this Mirabilia start is because my oldest granddaughter, her name is Mari. She is 17. She will be graduating not this coming summer, but the summer after. So I want to allow myself enough time on that. She's an accomplished violinist, and also is just a gorgeous girl, and so I want to do this for her for graduation. And so I'm really excited about it. When I first saw it, I just go, oh man, this is going to be Mari's. Of course, I haven't done very much. I am starting in the middle because with Mirabilias, you really can't start very well, like up at the top or anything else. But for me, it's better to start in the middle. I'm stitching it on 32 count. Picture this plus demoiselle. Not sure if that's how they say it. And this is my little bit of progress with the called for DMCs and other flosses that are being used for it. So, and that is in the middle of her dress. I'm going to work my way up this way and up so I can get her her face and hair and everything done. I get more excited to see that done and see her kind of take shape, especially her face and her hair. And this is a hard fabric to see the colors, but it's a really pretty fabric. It was one of the Picture This Plus's new fabrics this last year. It's got greens, really light greens, purples, blues in it, and I think it's going to work out really nice for this pattern. So that is Garden Prelude. Let me see if I forgot anything about that. Nope, I said 32 count. My last start, January 1st start. No, wait, I had one more after that, but it was kind of just all of a sudden start. My last planned start is this Fire Wings design, Pilot, the dragon. And I'm doing that for my youngest grandchild, a granddaughter named Sophie. It's one that I need to work on fast and get done, though I think it should get done fairly easy. It's not that big of a piece, and it's just all one color. But she's into dragons right now. And the thing about Sophie is she gets into something for about 6-8 months, and then she's on to the next thing. So I'm determined to get this done and get this framed and give it to her before she's out of her dragon phase. This is Pilot. I'm stitching it on 28 count. Picture This Plus Nocturne. Works up pretty good for him. She loves blues. So I found a color in cotton out of my stash that's called Sapphire, and that's the color that I'm using for it. So see if you can see the color a little better there. I have a bigger start on Pilot here, mostly because I put him into my rotation this week, which I will tell you a little bit further how my rotation plans went. I won't restart him during my rotation, go over, because I'm already showing him to you now. But because of that, I was able to get more done on him, because I worked on him on Wednesday, I believe. So that is Pilot. That was my third start. And then I remembered that I need to keep up on doing smalls for exchanges. And also I'd like to have some finishes to show during the year too, more than just some of my bigger pieces. So this is going to be for a finish for a retreat that's coming up in a few months. The designer is Puntini. Oh, if anybody else knows how to say that better, let me know. I liked this. It's called The Sweetest Strawberries. And it says, "You're the sweetest strawberry in the basket of my life." I am going to change out a little bit in this, but I'm not telling you yet what I'm changing. But I have made a start on it. I didn't take it out of the Q-Snaps because I'm taking it with me to the river house. Since I'm flying, I have to take small ones, and I do want to finish some of these, so I figure I'll just take some of my small ones. I just have a little bit of in the basket, and this little tiny motif here. This is being stitched on 40 count Picture This Plus Ren, and with a Gloriana silk conversion, which I can list below, or if you would like to contact me, I can let you know what it is. So that was my last January 1st start, and just a little bit done on it, but I will be working on it when I'm at the river house. Okay, this week's rotation. On Sunday, I worked on Savior's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler, my Sunday piece that I work on every Sunday. The next 2 weeks, it will not be worked on. It's too big for me to take on my highway travels. So I'll pick it up again in my rotation when I get back home. I did finish. Actually, in the case of this, I finished one whole page. Even though I kind of was working over on this and doing like a part of another page, I decided it would be better if I just finished the one page and then start moving over more. That way I can just X off the first page. So what I ended up doing, put this a little smaller so I can show you. to finish up the page, I did those few little flowers, like from here, from below that butterfly down. There's some flowers and leaves. So that was the last of that page that I did. So this whole first page is done. As you can see, though, I did move on into the second page because I was excited a few weeks ago. You know, one of the last times I posted, I wanted to do that, this vase. So I went over and did that. So now I'm going to move on to the second page and work below the vase. This is being stitched on 40 count Lakeside linen bisque, and with a conversion to the DMC threads. Okay, my Monday rotation was Plantation Sampler, which any of you who've been following me have been seeing this. This is an old pattern, 1987 by Canterbury Designs. I changed it over with the help of Shepherd's Bush here in Utah, and I have gotten some more done on that, so I will show you that and tell you what it's stitched on for those who do not know. So if any of you have been keeping track of this, my last time I showed it, not all of the phrase in the middle was done. It was only half done. I did the rest of it, and then I also finished up some of the side border. Oops. So that's what I accomplished this time. So it was a fair amount of stitching. My goal was to stitch the other border down to the bottom of the little verse, but I didn't get that done. But I did get the rest of the verse done, and the one part of the border. This is being stitched on 32 count Lakeside linen, vintage pecan butter, a very pretty color. Not sure the best way that it shows up, probably better there. And it's with a Shepherd's Bush conversion of colors to update it to more of colors for, you know, like in the 2018, 19, whatever. So that's Plantation Sampler. That was my Monday rotation piece. Tuesday was the new start that I did of the basket of stitches that I'm taking with me to the river house, the little piece that will be for the retreat. I had that down with also the needlework roll. Tuesdays are not easy days for me. I'm usually at lace and beading all day long. So when I came home at night, about 9 o'clock, I picked up the basket of stitches and worked on it. But I was too tired to pick up the others. So it was just the one piece that I worked on that day. On Wednesday was Pilot that I just showed you, the dragon. And so I was able to work on more of that and get that done on Wednesday. On Thursday, I had down for my rotation Emerald City by Al Forest Designs. This was one I was working on for a while. So now you're going to be surprised because I changed. I was not happy with how the colors of the floss were turning out with the color of fabric. It was just blending in too much. The blue was just too light. And even with back stitching, it wasn't looking good. And there's no real back stitching in this anyway. So when I was adding back stitching, I was not happy with it. So I made the choice after getting most of the first, I got all of the first section done and then started into the second and just was not happy. So I set it aside and picked up another piece of fabric that is, I believe, going to work much better. And so I did get the house restarted yesterday for my rotation day for Emerald City. So we're back to square one. This is fabric is 32 count Lugana, hand dyed by Rolanda. Lots of greens in there, light greens and dark greens. And there's the house, Dorothy's house down there. I liked the idea of this being kind of like swirly, like the tornado. And also with the lighter greens, I did put in some white, some Glinda's white and Dorothy's white for her shirt, and they show up. So with those two things, I opted to change over to this. So it's a restart, and it'll take a little while to get back to where I was at, but that's all right. I'm much happier with this color than I was with the other one. So that brings us up to today. Later on today, I have down for my rotation Garden Prelude by Mirabilia. And then I'm going to be leaving for the River House, flying there. So I will be taking 3 small pieces. So there, and I'll tell you about that a little bit in just a few minutes. Because I do have a little haul. This was my last color and cotton for my color and cotton of the month, and so because of December, and I'm not redoing it because I have lots of color and cotton now. So anyway, here are the threads I got. I got Brights, so there's kind of a show of, can't see them all that well, but I'll show them separate, of my Brights. The first one is Cherry Fizz. The second one is Fairy Ring. That's a really nice variegated. The third one is Peacock. All these bright colors, different colors for the peacock. This is Pumpkin Patch. And the last one is Cupid. Good one for February. I also got my Prims. They're the Primitives. Some real pretty colors. The first one is Flagstone. Molasses. That's really pretty in person. Eucalyptus. Man, that brings back memories of living in California. We had eucalyptus trees everywhere. And in my backyard, too. Woodland. And another more bluish gray called Submarine. So those are my color and cotton. My last ones for this floss of the month. Okay, I think now I can move on to plans. Plans. My plans, I'm going to go for the next 2 weeks. Part of it will be at the River House, part will be at the Utah retreat, Stitcher's retreat. I'm bringing 3 small projects to the River House, ones that I can carry easily in a carry-on bag. And the first one, I can't really show you it very well. I'll just show you a fast flash. Now, I'm sure you probably couldn't tell much by that, but Sassy Jax is doing something really, really special. I'm sure you've heard about the fires in Australia. Sassy Jax Stitchery back in North Carolina, a really cool shop. They decided that if people would be willing to stitch this little Aussie Friends pattern that was made up, if they stitch it and show it on their Instagram and tag Sassy Jax, they will give a certain amount of money to the relief for the firefighters and the people that are in Australia. So I thought that was really sweet, and since it's a small piece and should be easily doable, I'm going to do it while I'm at the River House and finish it up and post it. So that's one thing I'm going to do there. The second is the Stitcher's Basket that I showed you for my New Year's start. I'm bringing that and hopefully getting a finish on that. I'm going to do a little changing in it, so, you know, like do a little change on what's going to be on the writing as well as how it's shaped. So I'm hoping that I can still work that out and have it done by the time I come home. And then the last one I'm bringing is an old last year's Stitch Mania start when I showed my whip parade. You may have remembered Long May She Wave. This is one of a trio of pieces, that little house where they had the pattern and the floss with it. You just got the fabric yourself, but the rest was included. And I know this can be finished, and it should be finished. So I'm going to make it a finish for when I'm up, hopefully a finish for when I'm up in Washougal. This is what I've started. I didn't want to take it out of the Q-snaps because I'm just going to slip it back in my travel carry-on bag. As you can see, though, from the picture, I have started, and I have done like about a quarter of it. So, I think this is doable to get done. So anyway, that's Long May She Wave. I'm not changing it out. I had this little piece of fabric that I used the same color for the other two pieces, and the white is not showing up the best, but it shows up fine for the houses because they have other colors in there, and they're sitting on other colors. The stars, when you look closer, do show up, so I'm leaving it as is so I can get it done and ticked off for my, checked off for my Stitch Mania as a done. So those are the three pieces that I am taking to the River House, and hopefully getting all three of them done in my almost 2 weeks there. Then when I get back, we're going to have a retreat, our Utah Stitchers retreat. That is a retreat that's being held in Sandy, Utah. There's just a few of us that meet there because it's kind of a, it's at a friend's house, and she has room for a certain amount, so it's been kind of just been a retreat that we've done for the last few years. And I have planned for my rotation, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that I am going to do on Thursday Garden Prelude, which I showed you for my new start for my granddaughter Mari. I'm going to work all day on Thursday at the retreat on Garden Prelude. On Friday, I'm working on Pilot, Sophie's Dragon piece, and work on that all day on Friday at the retreat. And then on Saturday, my plan is to work on the Plantation Sampler by Canterbury Designs all day for the retreat. Yes, retreats, a lot of times you don't get a lot of work done. You're talking and everything, but I'm hopeful that I'll get a substantial amount done on all three of those pieces, since these are my friends that I talk to a lot all the time. I'm relaxed. I get a lot of stitching done there anyway, so I'm hoping for a good amount of stitching. And so we'll see how I do, and I'll show you when I do another floss tube. I'm going to talk to a friend of mine who's a floss tuber who comes to this retreat, and maybe we'll either do like a mini floss tube, maybe, I'm going to talk to her, or possibly a floss tube, like just showing pictures from Instagram, and just show what everybody's doing and what's happening. So let's see, I am going to move on to, since I am done with my FOs, with my whips, my rotation this week, I am going to move on to the giveaways. And so I have to pick up my phone and find my notes for who was listed for the giveaway way back. Oh my goodness, I thought it was October, but maybe I gave it away in October. I have the start for this, for the list of giveaway people on September 9th, which is my daughter's birthday. That's a long time ago. So anyway, so a lot of you probably don't even remember if you're on this, but I will post on your comment. I'll go back to those comments and post on it, or if I know you personally, I'll get a hold of you personally by Instagram and let you know that you won. So what it is, I already showed you my January 1st start of it. And I won't take this out of the plastic because you've seen this before. This is Hands Across the Sea. Elizabeth Furnace 1832, our quilted grass sampler. That's going on as a sale right now. Beautiful, beautiful piece. An older piece from Nicola. So that piece will be re-given away. I have 31 people who signed up for it and who answered the question. So I'm going to go, let me see. First of all, I'll show you. A little hard there, but you can see 1 through 31. So there's 31 people for that giveaway. So I'm going to go to my random number generator, 1 through 31. The reason why there's an 8 up there is that was what I used for my last giveaway, and I never reloaded this. So that's not the person who's winning today. But you can see I have 1 through 31. So now I'm going to push on the generate sign, and then I'll show you which one it is. Okay, we have 25. 25 is the winner. So I'm going to go back to my notes, and we'll see who 25 is. 25 is Brit Girl Friday. And so, Brit Girl Friday, if you happen to watch my Floss Tubes, please contact me. I'm going to give you a response on your post, and also check and see if I can find you on Instagram. And I'm excited to tell you that you won the Elizabeth Furnace giveaway, re-giveaway. Brit Girl Friday. If you listen, that's probably your Instagram name or your Floss Tube name. So anyway, I'm excited to tell you that you won the re-giveaway for Elizabeth Furnace. Okay, now I'm going to let you know the 2 pieces that I'm going to, the new pieces for the giveaway, the new giveaways. I have 2 of them, 2 totally different ones. I expect you to answer these questions. If you want to do both, fine, I'll put you down for both. But just answer both my questions that I'm going to be asking. The first one, let's see. The first one is, I'm going to do this one first because I have my question where I can read it. This is Carriage House Samplings, The Villages of Hawk Run Hollow. I'm not going to take that out of the plastic right now. Take the time. A lot of you are real familiar with all of the Hawk Run Hollow pieces. Big, beautiful pieces. This is just the pattern, but it is a beautiful, beautiful pattern. I know a lot of other people can attest to that. Any of you who don't have the Village of Hawk Run Hollow, I'm sure would be excited to get this as a giveaway. So anyway, for that one, please tell me, and I'm not saying this to be a stalker or anything else. I'm just doing it out of interest's sake for me. So you can be as broad as you want to be or as narrow as you want to be on this question. Just tell me where you live. And it, like I said, it can be as narrow of a focus as you want, depending on how you feel, or it can be as broad of a focus as a country or a state. But I'm really curious to know where my subscribers live, and you know, what place in the country they live. And the second part of that question, I also have a second part besides where you live, is do you like where you live? Is it your ideal place to live? Just like this village would be kind of for a lot of people. A lot of people would just love to live in like a village of Hawk Run Hollow. Do you love where you live? Is it just your ideal place? Are you so happy there? Or are you fairly happy there, but maybe you'd like to go somewhere else and live? Then tell me where it is. So that's the questions, 2 questions for if you're interested in the village of Hawk Run Hollow. And you have almost a month to do this, the 10th. I'm going to try to do a video like around the 7th of February. So you've got almost a whole month to answer. The second giveaway is a Nashville 2019 exclusive kit. I ended up getting one of these as a gift, and I bought one without knowing that. So I'm giving away the one. It's an exclusive Market 2019 Stitcher's Home. It has all the stuff to finish it and the fabric. I don't think, I haven't opened this, so I don't want to say for sure, but I don't think it has the fabric. Though, I mean, not the fabric, it has the fabric. I don't think it has the floss. So the floss would be what you would have to get. But you would get the rest of it. Stitcher's Home, a Nashville 2019 exclusive. And when you're done, it is put inside that. So, love this piece. And so, if you are interested in this giveaway, my question is, tell me what your next favorite hobby is after stitching, and I mean whatever that hobby is. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like a home-based hobby like quilting. If quilting is your next favorite, and if that's the next one you go for, then fine, put down quilting. I'm fine with that. But some people were really into things that have nothing to do with stitching. Their hobby might be doing a sport. Their hobby might be, you know, like traveling or reading, whatever. You know, there's all kinds of hobbies. So let me know what your next favorite hobby is, and how you love to do it. And also the second thing is, does it work out well with stitching? Is this something that stitching kind of has to be separate from this hobby, or can you kind of go back and forth between stitching and doing this hobby? Because a lot of them, I'm sure, would be ones where you're just doing the hobby and then you come home and you just stitch. So in order to get that, let me know what your next favorite hobby is, whatever it is. It could, I doubt if anybody would have this thing as a hobby. It could be cleaning the house. I don't know why anybody would have that, but my next favorite hobby would have to be bobbin lace. I do show you bobbin lace on my channel at times. I haven't shown anything lately because I've been busy with the stitching, but that's my next favorite hobby. But your next favorite hobby could be anything. So let me know what it is and whether it works conducively with stitching or not. So anyway, that is the end of my floss tube. I hope I remembered everything. I re-gave away the pattern. Congratulations, Brit Girl Friday. I'm doing 2 giveaways. You have a month about to answer them, and I'll put you down on the giveaways and give them away in a month. I'm heading away, like I said, but I will do another floss tube in a few weeks. Thank you again, all of you. Thank you so much. I'm really humbled by all of my subscribers, all my new subscribers just within the last few weeks, and all you older ones that have been with me since the beginning. Love you too, very, very much. So anyway, as I always say, remember the beauty all around you, the beauty in the highway, at home, inside yourself and your soul. And love you all very much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.